Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back at it again. Last game was just, honestly, I think it was a shit draft from Fnatic. They couldn't really be proactive at all. Olaf wasn't enough to stop the bleeding, and then we had the kill on bottom, and then the failures trash. What do you do with the Trundle? Let's see if the Senna first pick continues. Kind of weird, you know. Xerxes on Gragas, usually that's how they win. Xerxes on Karthus, that's how they win. And it feels like a lot of those things have been forgotten. I don't even know if Upset wants to play Senna, because that doesn't really feel like it's in Origen's wheelhouse. I didn't think Senna was in the wheelhouse of either of these teams. So the Ornn ban continues, Kaiser Hover continues, will the Senna first pick continue? Maybe if they first pick Senna, they pick Zilean earlier, but honestly, I think Senna Zilean will still struggle against like an Aphelios Thresh, and the fact Destiny showed Thresh here is really good. Okay, this I like. This I like. Xerxes did not have success on the Olaf. Oh, maybe they go GP Aphelios? Is GP Aphelios the rotation of choice? GP hasn't been high prio, but I'm sure Bippo is very happy to play Aatrox. GP is good into Aphelios, but when you have Thresh, it kind of compensates. You know, you can lantern the Aphelios out of any danger. It's alright. No. No, this can't be the lock-in. No. No way. No way. Okay. Jesus. I think Destiny's looking for Nautilus third. Rumble flex, keep it. And then you can play like Jarvan jungle. Selfmade is taunting the Olaf or what? He's taunting? That's there, just locking in Gragas support. Still have the option of going Senna, right? But, oh, okay. They have the option of going Senna. Senna Tam. This I like. Just locking in the Tam. I think it's better blind than Zilean. And I wonder if locking Thresh is even correct here. Because enemy is showing Senna Tam. I don't know if you should be picking Thresh. I wonder if it's just better to lock in like Jarvan jungle right here. Jarvan jungle and then pick support later. Because Thresh is not like amazing into this team. There's no gangplank. It's not like Aphelios needs like safety here. You need to find ways of dealing with Senna Tam. And I think if Jarvan bans second wave, it's gonna be a big deal. I think Jarvan is very high prio here. It's very important. They ban Yasuo because of Gragas flex. I mean not flex because of Gragas jungle. Need to ban Jarvan, for sure. Jarvan is so good. But does Xerxes play Jarvan? I can't recall now. I keep forgetting what these guys play. It's not in my mind right now. But for sure, Fnatic needs to ban Jarvan, right? There we go. I just think Jarvan third pick was the way. Jarvan third pick. It's so good into Gragas, good into Senna Tam, good with Rumble, good for the comp. You have many support options. You don't necessarily need Thresh here. You can even ban GP second wave if you're afraid of the GP ult on top of Aphelios' head. So, I'm unhappy with this. Thresh third pick. Last game was very different because the enemy showed already everything that they are planning to lane with. Right? Syndra's banned. Rumble Flex is gonna be kept. Fourth pick jungle. Let's see what they pick. Are they gonna pick like Ivern or what? I don't know what to expect. Xerxes. What jungler are you picking? Please don't tell me you're picking Trundle, because that was very disappointing. Maokai is out, which means Fnatic are gonna look for a GP again. And then maybe Fnatic is in a similar position like last game where they can't really be proactive because they have GP, Senna, Tamkench, and they lack engage on both Bwipo and Hilisan. I think those are the scenarios where they look quite weak. Can't be Rek'Sai, right? They go for Olaf. Olaf is not bad. No. What? Why would you want to intentionally pick Rek'Sai into this? Okay. Wow. Okay. So the Aatrox actually gives you some freedom to create some activity early. You have the Gragas jungle, We're considering now GP over Aatrox, which one is better. With Maokai ban, I'm leaning towards them picking GP. Cassiopeia blind pick, I just think, I don't know, blind picking Rexa, like picking Rexa here is so bad. It's not good into the first 3, and you know that the enemy blind pick most of the time is Cassio, especially with Syndra out of the picture. Rengar blind pick? No. You can't blind pick Rengar, no? You must be wild to blind pick Rengar. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so Fnatic have some lanes to play through now. I think Cassio is decent into Rumble. Rumble has some good setup, but the key thing is Cassio interaction with Rek'Sai. I just think this Rek'Sai pick is bad. I think not locking Jarvan third is a big mistake. I think you have to lock in Jarvan third. You have other support options. I think you can even go Yuumi Aphelios here in such a game. And that's the GP last pick into the Aatrox. So GP wins early, but he has Aatrox jungle against Gragas. I think it's worse for GP in this matchup because of the itemization. Mid lane, I think you need to find ways to impact this early on. The key thing is here that Cassie will have phase rush and she can get away from any kind of Rumble all-in. I think Cassio should be favored in this matchup, but early Rumble should push, especially before first base, because Cassio won't have enough damage or mana to like burn through a Rumble that has W and Doran Shield. So I think early on, I think Origen have opportunity in mid lane. Later, I think Fnatic have better opportunity in mid lane. Bot lane, I think it's way easier for OG to set up a gank, but this lane matchup is fine for Fnatic. And then I think top 2v2 is better for Fnatic too. So just a question if, you know, it's like you pick Rek'Sai red side as well. You have Rek'Sai red side with Gangplank. The key thing with Rek'Sai is the side where you have this long wall to get over, right? You know when Rek'Sai ganks you from behind. That's the key wall. And when you have GP top, using that wall to gank Aatrox is just kind of meh. You know, it's kind of meh. It's not like that big of a deal. Okay. And then the big question always, who scales better? I think Fnatic scale better here. I think Fnatic scale better. Enemy team has Thresh and Rek'Sai. In a scenario where Thresh is not going to be that valuable, I think Fnatic scale better. GP can do better than Aatrox, but in this particular game, I think OG are the ones that are going to have to force engages. Just the 4 of Fnatic in Senna, Tam, Cassio, Gragas, they control so much space that Aatrox will be able to fight super well. Execution is calling, and any type of healing reduction is going to be good against Fnatic composition. They have Gragas heal, Senna heal, Tam heal, Cassio heal, especially with Cassio Conqueror. Cassio has TP, is also another thing to note, which gives options here. Gragas, I mean, GP will have a very hard time itemizing. Like if he goes for a, you know, if Rumble goes for MR, no problem. Aatrox can go mid. If GP goes for armor, same thing can happen. The key difference here is TP. But what it gives you for Rumble side is, of course, the heal and the 2v2. There's no ignite for it, so it's very powerful. Nemesis is going for a ward. He pretends to ward the red, but Xerxes is there, so you cannot pretend a bullshitter, you know. But it's cool to do this movement because in the end, the enemy junglers might think, if he has the information, that there is no ward on the ramp. I like this move from Nemesis. Smart move. Self-mid gets spotted. Gangplank has pressure. Xerxes is making sure that Gangplank gets ahead. It's very important for the matchup. Xerxes is trying to curve around. No spell. Self-mid gets the E off. And Xerxes is just here spending his very important time on a cinema ticket that is worth nothing. Because he just looked at Gragas clearing. Whip was very low HP. The dive is coming. The flash. Okay. Whip got a lot of HP back there. Xerxes, oof, this is, we got some wild action from the get-go. Bwipo going for the auto Q. Very, very nice, good auto attack cancellation there from Bwipo. But it was wild that he went for that, but the fact that he went for that made him heal so much onto the damage he did on Rek'Sai. So it worked. Like GP doesn't have some crazy burst. And after Aatrox is above 400 HP and Gragas is right behind him, the dive opportunity is gone. And both top laners TP back with a very long cooldown. Usually such a situation I would say is more beneficial for a Aatrox, but of course GP can base without TP and keep pushing in. Good trade for Bippo, very good trade, very nice. Holy. Lane winning trade right there, lane winning trade. Tompkins is very low on CS. He didn't get much at all. Always compare the Tompkins CS to the AD carry CS. That's where you'll find the key differences. I think Origen have done a very good job of finding timing ganks on bottom. I think Fnatic, usually I herald them for being so smart around how they control the bottom lane push and so forth. But this series they've actually been ganked by Xerxes. And this time around they only burnt Reckless's heal, so that's good. But the wave is now pushing into Origen and Fnatic are sniffing for an all-in. Predator is now off for Gragas, so that's a big cooldown. Cassio is TPing back. Rumble has no items, so this is where Cassio wants to build an advantage. He wants to build a freeze. Maybe Xerxes is going to come in and help. Origen don't know Gragas' position, so this is the time to make sure that Rumble can base and back. Keep in mind we're on match point. Origen won the last game because I think Fnatic draft was pretty poor. Origen also did some good moves in terms of changing their draft up, making sure they have some agency. But now we're in a very similar state that the windows of pressuring into mid are going to close and the Rumble pick is going to be more and more useless. Because Rumble needs to impact early, he needs to spread his pressure around. Eventually this matchup is going to get worse and worse. Nukta is sitting on mid right now with no item. He's of course doing shield into tier, so maybe it's not that big of a deal. But Cassio eventually will get a lead out of this because she should be stronger with this tier advantage. Upset is trying to walk it in. Very weird there by Destiny to just leave his AD carry on his own, because I think here Fnatic could have contested. Fnatic could have contested the freeze. They could have maybe caught up here on CS. Instead, they just push it in. BF Sword base for Aphelios. Maybe we have a Giant's Belt base for Hidisang, somewhere around that path. And he should be happy. It's alright. It's hard to see us with the melee champion to 2 range. Thresh and Aphelios is very strong lane and you can get harassed a lot. Destiny trying to freeze, very greedy. Bippo has flash, has no flash actually. He flashed on the dive, I forgot, on Xerxes, and there we go. That's a gank. The wave was slow pushing towards him and he was a bit too impatient. Usually in scenarios like this, as a top lane, you need to wait for your jungler because 2v2 situation is still something that is definitely winnable for you. GP had item advantage as well. I didn't catch when he managed to find a base. Nemesis finds a plant and they're sharing it. Hidisang gets it. No base yet at all for Fnatic because Destiny managed to make a really good move unless he dies here. Okay, this might be double kill for Origen, honestly. We have the nice weapons for Upset. He does the short range. The shuriken that gives him more attack speed depending on how close he is to the target. Very nice. Honestly, this all came from how Destiny froze the wave. The replay should be of Destiny freezing the wave. Because in freezing the wave, look at the minimap. I don't care about this. We were getting caught in the gank. Okay, we don't care about this. I don't know how Xerxes ended up in this bush. It's pretty cool, honestly. It's pretty cool how he ended up in this bush. Wait, how did he get there? How did he get there? Okay, it's not too impressive. Key thing is, Destiny froze the wave. Look at Destiny freezing the wave. He froze the wave here, which forced Fnatic to stick around for one more lane, one more wave. They try to push it in because they are greedy, and then Upset is here, and then they go, and then they go. And then they want to stick around, they're sharing the plant, and the root comes down, and here Upset is fighting with a BF Sword advantage. Fnatic's bot lane didn't base yet. And here we go again. Whip on the case. Whip on the case. OG pushing. They are pushing. They are pushing for that 2-2. They are pushing for that 2-2. Very good play from Origen's bot lane. And uncharacteristic play from Fnatic's bot lane. Maybe the Senna thing is not something that they should be playing. Because this is the 4th game in a row. And 2 games, I felt like Origen had very little options in the draft. They had the Ezreal Yuumi and the Gangplank and the Ornn and the whatevers. But now they have proactivity. The Thresh and Aphelios, they are paying off. Very nice freeze from Destiny. I think Fnatic were very greedy trying to break that freeze. Bami Cinder finished on Hiri-Sang, but I honestly like the Dead Man's Plate more. And now Hiri-Sang is gonna fucking die, because this is a Phelios, baby. The Thresh ult is there, they're looking for the eat. Hiri-Sang has the R, Hiri-Sang, Hiri-Song. I think Thresh could survive here, he just needs to walk away. Just needs to walk away. It's incredible how strong Senna is, man. Oof. She's very strong. But here, Thresh doesn't need to die. This is a 1-0 for Origen. Thresh just needs to walk away. Crazy how Senna managed to outtrade the Aphelios there, though. Aphelios also ulted, but Aphelios had wrong weapons there to fight Senna, I think. So mid state is still very good for Fnatic. Rumble is not going to be useful this game. And Rexa is going to fall off. So there are still some scaling options for Fnatic, but this is a very similar situation to last game where, you know, they had some scaling options in GP and Azir, but the bot lane was just so weak and so far behind that they couldn't really do anything. And they were kind of helping the enemy. GP is very strong on top as well. Aatrox will, you know, survive better and better. Reckless is not getting those souls, they're pushing him off. Fnatic bot lane is also going to get cut off here from bottom. I think here Rexa should contest Tribush together with Destiny. I don't think Tom and the other one should be able to pass. Okay, KDA players. Great graphic. 3000 gold lead for Origen already. Alfarian in a fantastic state on top. And bottom is also in shambles. Still no flash on Hili-Sang. This is 1.5 minutes of pure danger. Pure danger. OG looking for that referral swap. They're in mid lane now. Rumble's gonna look to ult the wave. Origen have a lot of ways of denying waves, and if they are mismatching, it's kind of good for them because of Rumble ult or Gangplank ult. Origen usually should be starting the Herald already. And there you go. There you go. Tom and Senna are trying to match the tempo, but it's not so great. Rumble's walking into river. And there's going to be a free Herald for OG. Off of the tempo or from the bot lane. Big CS advantage here for Aphelios. Tom ult comes in. Gragas is very late. Gragas is super late. Exos comes down already. Herald is finished by Xerxes. Okay. I think this is winnable for Origen. Alfari is calling that he wants to push top wave. Again, if OG also just walk down mid, right, and they make the enemy lose CS, that's cool too. They are defending the Herald with many bodies. GP didn't get to push in top in time. Okay. So lane phase continues just as usual. Nothing has changed. It was just a Rift Herald not taken. Everyone grouped around the area and tried to recover as much CS as possible. Three-point skew is clutch for Aatrox. I think every Aatrox player knows that it feels so good to have level 3 in Q. The cooldown benchmark is just neat. It just becomes a new champion. Early levels, your Q feels like a fucking ult your Q once, and that's it. Xerxes has a massive level advantage, man. He's been crushing it this game. I was clowning the Rek'Sai pick, but I'm happy to admit that I was wrong. You know, it's working so far. It's working so far. He's getting a lot of value. Got 2 kills onto Bippo, and super neat. Pressured in the bottom as well, but OG, these are 3 kills that they created out of their own pocket. You don't expect a lot of 2v2 kills at this level of play. So OG really delivering here. Just Nuktak is so isolated from the game. Like Nuktak is not involved in what is happening at all, and I just feel like this is the Origen playstyle. They are just one second, guys. My girlfriend's just complaining that I'm uploading, but I'm not uploading. See, I blocked. I'm throttling my internet by so much. Okay, she said she's done now, so I'm gonna just start uploading. Okay, sorry guys for the disruption. Sorry for the disruption. Very sorry for the disruption. So first turret has fallen, and Origen are just going to continue to knock them down. They just need to keep matching. Ferius still stronger than ever. Most of his nerfs were happening to his early game power. Now he's still super powerful. He's going to keep pressuring and keep building a lead. He's going to get top turret eventually when Rek'Sai shows around. Drake is on, so Origen are rotating in the bottom side. Origen can just use the pressure from the bottom lane into everything. The Mountain Drake is going to be taken. Senna Town try to get as much value as possible, but this could be a potential punish for OG if they look to commit onto this. Fnatic do have TP ready, and I think if Origen looks at the nameplates of the enemy, they know that they shouldn't overcommit because Fnatic are very snappy with their TPs. Very snappy. And this could be an option there's an opportunity to maybe create some TP situations. Irisang is still quite tanky with the chain vest. Buying armor as a statistic is, of course, better than buying, damage when you are in the lane phase. The way damage works, right? The way AD works is that you scale exponentially because of how crit works, attack speed works, and so forth. While armor only protects you, AD affects 5 enemies. So this is where the difference is in value. So usually, if you have a chain vest and the enemy has a pickaxe, your chain vest is going to be, in a lot of cases, more valuable in terms of raw stats. Of course, you don't want to buy fucking 5 chain vests on AD carry because it just goes against what you want to accomplish, but the point still stands here. In this case, Tam having chain vest means that he can trade pretty decently. That's why you see like a lot of players, like when the lane is really over and they try to make some last ditch effort to kind of come back, they buy like a Negatron cloak and shit like this. It can be helpful sometimes. Okay, Nemesis might have to burn flash here unless he just procs. Actually, he doesn't have phasers. The man has Conqueror. Very important E that Rumble missed there. And Q. Ooh, Nemesis with the movement towards the left side. Very important. Gragas ult for next to no reason. Yeah, it's weird how Fnatic are trying to repair top side, but I don't think that's the option. I think they need to play through the Casio. A lot of teams here in playoffs just don't know how to play through mid. Why are they not playing through mid? Because if they play through Casio, they can create a auto space. But it's very shocking that Casio doesn't have phase rush. Phase rush into Rumble is so good. Enemy has GP, enemy has Rumble. You're gonna just get slowed this game and fucked. You can't buy boots that are gonna help you. I think not going phase rush this game is quite troll, honestly. Morello rush again. Morello rush, I guess, in this case is a bit better, right? Aatrox, Gragas, Casio, Senna, Tahm a shit ton of healing. Let's be honest. Execution is calling finish on GP. This next Herald should be dedicated to that mid lane. It's so good to deny mid turret against Tahm teams. Upset is so strong. He has 2 items finished. Trinity Force finished. Question is, Rek'Sai is he sitting on a lot of gold? That's what I'm thinking about. Double sweeper here for... weird that the Phyllis has a sweeper. Kind of unexpected. Nemesis on top side. Bibo has TP, but he's going to lose a lot of CSC on bot. He's going to bounce into Origen here. Unless the wave that Afari killed was a cannon. But it doesn't look like it was a cannon. I think it's going to bounce into OG and... okay, Nemesis, no flash, keep in mind, no flash. Nuketag is barbecuing, there's the Q, and Nemesis survives. Nemesis fucking survives. Very, very key here. Rooted into Chain, Destiny, playing decently. Upset is alive, had to flash, 1 for 1. Keep in mind that Upset Burn Flash is going to be significant for late fights. I don't know why Fnatic are continuing, Beppo continuing, Hilisan continuing. Very awkward here from Fnatic. Nemesis was very low HP, and it was good that they got the kill on Rek'Sai, but then they need to recover somehow. They need to recover. Fnatic, over-aggressive here with the slight advantage they had in the fight. They tried to go for it. Key thing to note though, Upset did indeed burn Flash, so the Destiny Lanterns need to be played in a very specific way. That is the ultimate. I think Alfari could have placed it a little bit better and then maybe gone for it. Destiny had also option of running towards them, but he doesn't have Mobies, so maybe he wouldn't catch up. Origen still with a massive lead, like the 2v2 kills on bot was just so huge. Let's take a look again. Very good catch here on Nemesis, but we need to pay attention to the position of everyone. Obviously, it's easy for Fnatic to protect their own side. Selfmade is coming in, Hilisan and the rest of Fnatic is coming in, and then here Nuktak, yeah, he can't really enter. That the curve there on the wall makes him not be able to like twist his flame spitter towards the Casio. He gets away, and then afterwards Fnatic continue. Should have not have continued. They should look to reset and reconsolidate and be happy with the extra 450 Gs that they just picked up. Herald down mid. Okay, Beppo's coming in. Upset, no flash. Keep this in mind. Everybody is stacked in. No, what is this Gragas ult? Enemy Gragas. Enemy Gragas. No. Okay. Okay, Origen. Origen. Oh no, enemy Gragas. Enemy Gragas. What was that? So here, Upset no flash. The lantern puts everyone in a pile. Beppo can queue them all. Beppo can queue them all. Why? What is this Gragas ult? Ugh. Aya baya. No good. No bueno. No bueno. Oh. And then after, you know, after the Gragas ult, it's over. It's over. Chill out. But Fnatic are playing going forward. Yo, what's happening with these playoffs, man? What's happening with these playoffs? It looked so free for Fnatic the first two games, and now Origen are drafting well, and they look like a complete different team. And Fnatic are doing so much dumb shit, so much dumb shit. Origen got 3 solo kills on both. Xerxes smurfing in the jungle, Selfmade having one of the worst games that we've seen in a long time. Jesus. What is happening with the world? What is happening with the world? Who would have guessed? I imagine a world where Fnatic and G2 are in the lower bracket. What on earth would that look like? Jesus. Still, you know, this game looks kind of over. OG look super dominant. They have really good champs now to finish this off. The Aphelios of Upset just can 1v9. Only thing he needs to be scared of is the Gragas ult. It's always weird when you have comps like Fnatic. It's like they have good champions to kite with, but they will be under pressure to forcing fights. And when they need to be the ones forcing fights, their composition doesn't look that good either. I was talking about earlier that Gragas and Aatrox have options in 2v2 mid, that Fnatic should be stronger around mid lane at a certain point in time where Cassie gets items, but these things never happened. Xerxes got kills on top, and then Origen in bot lane, in a lane that should be quite stale, favored Origen, they got 3 2v2 kills. They got 3 2v2 kills. It's wild. It's wild. And these things impact the game. Origen managed to get bottom turret, top turret, every Drake, except that one Infernal, and 2 Rift Heralds. And these snowballs matter. And now we are at this point in time where there's so much gold, and Fnatic are trying to desperately fight. Hilisan getting caught. He has some 5k, but the magic damage is so fucking huge. Look at that. He has Mercury, but Nuktak does plenty of damage to him. So level 13. It's a level 13 Rumble with these electric harpoons. That's a hook again. Destiny. Destiny. You're on fire, Destiny. You're literally on fire because you're dead, bruv. Okay. Okay. They're backing off. They're backing off. Alfari. Alfari smurfed. Rek'Sai. What is happening in this fight? There's too much happening. What the fuck? Let's take a step back. So Rumble ult is used. Rumble ult was used here. Hilibaba. Rumble ult. Boom. Rumble ult could have been better. Rumble ult could have been better, let's be honest. Rumble ult could have been better. And then after the continuation, Xerxes uses E, Bwipo backs off. And then did Gangplank just hit a barrel of hell? Did he just hit a barrel of doom? So we had this move. Destiny got caught. And then boom, look at the barrel of hell. The GP ult. Very well played from Alfari. Saving Destiny's Australian kangaroo butt cheeks. And then the continuation, Selfmade dies. He doesn't die. Fucking Destiny and Selfmade both live with a sliver of health. Look at them. The lantern comes down, but it's too late. And then Xerxes is fighting together with Alfari, but I think he shouldn't have. He shouldn't have. I think if anything, he should pass and look to flank. Imagine he passes here. You see this entrance to Wolf side of the jungle. This entrance behind Reckless. If he enters here and looks for Selfmade, then Bwipo would have been juicy because Alfari zoned everybody already. No reason for Xerxes to jump into this party. And then also, I think Xerxes should have probably gone for Reckless instead of Nemesis. But I think just going in for Xerxes there was a bad decision. I think he should have looked to fight together with the rest of Origen's team members because Alfari was zoning these three kids alone. To summarize, Destiny found the hook, but it was out of position. It was saved by Alfari. We're going to just get a replay. Let's look at it again. Okay, no Rumble ult, okay? The hook lands and then Destiny is in trouble. But then Alfari with the GP ult, very nice. Fnatic need to run away. They are too afraid of running through this GP ult because obviously this Aphelios is going to kill them all if they run through here, if they're all slowed. And then Xerxes, I think he should have just looped around and looked for the Gragas Aatrox because there was no way Hylissang and Reckless and Nemesis would fight them. So, some clutch team fights here. Death Dance Alfari. Interesting. I love Death Dance, especially in situations where you need a defensive item. I think Maw Malmortius is so dead. Maw Malmortius is such a piece of shit of an item. Because Death Dance covers you both ways. Very rarely are you in a position where the enemy has so much magic damage that you just go Maw instead of Death Dance. Very rare, unless the enemy team ends it. Selfmade got it in the end. Nemesis didn't go for it. Aphelios being so fed and Gangplank being so fed just makes the comp. Now Origen have Nash pressure because they can actually kill it because of how fed Aphelios is. Hylissang has Stoneplate, level 11 ultimate, but killing people on side is not on the agenda right now. Gangplank is going to be completely fine into Aatrox. The first turret might go down now because Aatrox is pushing it and GP has no TP. We'll just have to see how OG operate in the mid to late game because honestly last game the game was also in a state like this and Fnatic got away with so much. They managed to push waves and OG's wave management was kind of awful. They needed to trade some waves in order to get some kind of pressure, but instead they were just running around and following Fnatic, showing that Fnatic was just a better macro team. And maybe we'll have a similar situation because still, you know, if Kazu gets strong enough, maybe there's a different world. But I think just because Fnatic don't have an AD carry, they don't have some kind of backup here for Reckless. He's playing Senna. OG scaling looks pretty goddamn good because they have an AD carry. Same as last game, like you look at Azir and GP scaling, but it's just that the champions of OG also scale fucking good when you have Aphelios and you have Maokai and you have Kiana. These are champions that scale really, really well. They don't fall off because itemizing against them is so difficult. Azir is not going to buy QSS. He had TP that game, or exhaust that game into Kiana. And he's not going to buy QSS from Maokai. He's going to maybe buy armor for Kiana, but she's going to get last whisper eventually. Turrets are falling down here for upset. He has the shuriken, the severe weapon. I don't know what to call it. Selfmade is in trouble. He can't eat through the wall. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 Whippo. Whippo 1v9, Whippo. What? Wait, upset. What are you smoking, upset? Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh no. Upset just threw the game. Where is Lantern? Where is Lantern? There is Lantern. Upset takes the Lantern and gets Gragas ulted. This self-made just smurf. Look at that, Gragas ult cancelling the Lantern. Then he got out over the wall, as I mentioned. And then Upset is just in danger. He tries to walk after and everyone plants out. Everyone plants out and Upset is just left alone. He's so fucking confused. He's like, where the fuck did you guys go? Wow. That is... He just tries to flash, but... The Senna ult, and then the Q, and then the Whippo. Nemesis tries to flash in, gets hooked. Okay, maybe the fight is not over. Should be over. There's too much healing here. Too much healing. All that damage is from Aphelios. And Jesus, what a throw from OG Kush. OG Dank Kush. Wow. Self-face smurfed. He baited them in, and then the Lantern came. The Gragas ult cancelled the Lantern, and then he wasn't in the position to take the plant over, and then Upset was just dead. It was stupidity on Origen's part. Let's get that straight, stupidity. Because now Fnatic are in the game again. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Okay. Here we go again. Self-made. E and barrel. Here. Just, honestly, just Rumble, take the Lantern. Oh, this is awful. Origen looks so uncoordinated. Uncoordinated. Plant is out. Oh. I was complaining about hyping again. Offline. But I'm not even uploading. I'm not uploading. I am not uploading. Okay, Fnatic Nash. Cassiopeia is getting stronger. Fnatic with Nash can siege. When enemy is forced to go into them, much better. We spoke about it before. Fnatic don't like to force first, they like to kite. Tahm kite, Senna kite, Cassio kite, Gragas kite. Aatrox, honestly, doesn't give a shit. Aatrox is Aatrox. He plays whatever floats your boat, you know. Aatrox can do either way. Death Dance finished now on Gangplank. Not sure if it's the best buy, honestly. I've not tried it myself. I don't have like a clear opinion on Death Dance. It's quite an expensive item. Like people like to complain that it's OP, but it costs 3.6k juicy gold coins. And we're currently in a recession, right? We're in a recession. Everything is going under. And 3.6k gold is quite a lot of money. This is a GP that's not going to do like crazy amounts of damage in the team fight. Oh, Nuke Duke. Oh my goodness. Fnatic make it look easy, man. They just switch the game on and this fucking... We forgot about Whippo Aatrox. That's what it is. We forgot about Whippo Aatrox. Whole split Whippo doesn't play Aatrox, but everybody need to remember. We need to remember, guys. Whippo, Aatrox one trick. Snaps the Rumble in half. My goodness. Fnatic. This game looked so grim, and then OG just tossed it in the toilet. You know, I expected Fnatic to be the better team. But the way Origen have lost some of these games has been truly disappointing. The first two games were just, honestly, toilet drafts, and now they were in a winning position once again, and they managed to just lose it all. And then Fnatic getting Nash, they are so good at snowballing, they just got everything rolling, and then on the bottom fight, Nukta gets caught. He gets caught, and then all of a sudden the reset happens. There is no executioners calling, like there is one on GP, but it didn't seem like anyone hit the Aatrox, because he was healing up like a motherfucker. Oh. Okay. We have soul fight for Origen. Still, you know, this Aphelios is still strong, so let's not give up on them completely. The Gragas is not that strong, and Aatrox. Okay, upset, no oh, 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 oh. The greed for the red buff with no support from Thresh. The Lantern was not anywhere close. The eat happens, and Fnatic survive. Oh, Fnatic. Putting on the heat. Putting on the heat in the Fnatic kitchen. Oof. Oof. Oi. What's love got to do? Hey. That's a hook. It was split push duty. 2 inhibitors down, guys. 2 inhibitors down from the previous Nash. It's so difficult to defend 2 inhibitors. Usually 2 inhibitors down means you are losing the game. And Upset died there doing the red buff. Oh yeah. Upset's gotta be tilted, man. It's gotta be tilted. They killed them 2v2 3 times. 3 times killed 2v2 bot. There's the Rumble ult, but Nemesis is level 17. He has Conqueror on. It's time to stack it. Use E. Nemesis, use E. Use E even if you didn't hit Q. Okay? Shut down. Whip was down. Turret is down. Okay, everybody low HP. Fnatic cannot end. Okay. Super creeps are parading though. Holy shit, they're walking in. This Hurricane is gonna pay for itself 18 times with how many creeps Ups is gonna be taking now. What is this? How do you defend against this? You know, you can't leave your fucking base because YamatoCannon is gonna teleport someone in. Why do we always end up in these cocktail scenarios where people are gonna backdoor? Let's take a look at this again. Bwipo, what did you do? Bwipo? Of course you went in, Bwipo. I know you did. I know you went in, Bwipo. It just... Bwipo continuing. Bwipo, what's the point in time you go in? Oh, you forgot 200 years? You forgot 200 years. You're getting one-shot by Aphelios. Look at the... What the fuck is happening? Look at Senna. Okay. So it's just 200 years of Aphelios. Okay. So Bwipo going in. He's full HP. He's like, I have this dance. I have Ninja Tabi. I'm pretty tanky. I have armor. I'm gonna go attack. And then... Look at this. What's happening to Senna right now? Reckless played so much Aphelios. And he's like, what the fuck is happening? Oh! Holy shit. Winnable. Fnatic have no soul. I mean, they have souls. Don't get me wrong. They don't have like a dragon soul on the menu. They don't have a dragon soul on the menu that they're gonna take this Cloud Drake. Next objective is gonna be Nash. Nash with super creeps usually means no chance of winning. Maybe OG can pull some dank Aphelios shit again, but honestly, it's looking very, very grim. If Aphelios can pull off some crazy shit like that again, it could be cool. These inhibitors on bottom are gonna spawn in about, I don't know, 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, and Nasher is gonna pop off. You can take a look at the minion waves. They are so big, but the XP is starting to gather up here for Origen. Okay, Nash is being taken down. OG is in a hurry. They can't really leave their base because one Tam Coco and one Casio can just take that Nexus down. The YamatoCannon's ult range is super, super high. You can never leave your base. But the key thing is maybe OG don't need to leave the base because the enemy team only has 2 dragons. So that Elder Drake is not going to spawn for quite some time. Okay, 4 super creeps with Baron now is gonna get fucking dangerous. We're gonna have a really cocktail ending. That is a hook. Okay, here comes the storm. Is The Walking Dead, the final episode where all the zombies take over and everything's over. Flamethrower trying to clear the creep, Self-May getting hooked. We're gonna come in. Cassiopeia, there is one. Zux is down. Look at Upset, misses the ultimate. He's choking in these moments. Hirisan going for the backdoor. He's not Trundle, doesn't do that much damage. Upset with the cleanse. He cannot cleanse the exhaust damage. The HP is too low. It's too easy. Fnatic take it home. 3-1. Oh, what a silly series. What on earth? What on earth? What was this series, guys? What? What? What the fuck? Jesus. What was this series? What was this series, man? You know, Fnatic was the favorite, but honestly, the games that they won, 2 games, the first 2 games, okay? Origen had toilet draft. Toilet draft. Third game, Fnatic had toilet draft. They had Giga toilet draft. And Origen played better in the games where they had the better draft. You know? It's like, third game, they managed to get some kills on bottom. They managed to snowball. This game, they got 3 2v2 kills on bottom. Origen pulled out some good shit. Xerxes was out jungling self-made in this game. And this was the game where the drafts were the most even. And then you had that fight around Nash, where Bwipo Aatrox snaps, ups it in half. And that's just so painful, because we could have had the 2-2. And Origen, you know, looking back at the games, you know, Fnatic snowballed super well when they were ahead. Super well when they did things. First 2 games they played well. It looked like it would be so freaking free. But then draft looked different, and all of a sudden, you know, Origen looked like a night and day different team. Third game, Fnatic had an awful draft in my opinion. They didn't have a lot of options in terms of what they could do on the map, and they were just weak on the map with the Trundle Senna bottom. And then the gank happened, and of course, I'm not saying that Fnatic played perfect and the draft was shit. They play on bottom where Hylissang dies, and you know, well, Alfari survives the gank from self-made. It's so clutch. It's so clutch, and it shapes the whole game. You know, if the enemy bot lane is ahead and you're playing the Senna Trundle and you're playing a melee champion that you can't recover from, every time you walk up on the wave, you're gonna get screwed. You're gonna get screwed. You cannot fall behind with Senna plus melee champion, and it's very difficult to do not fall behind against an Aphelios Thresh. So Aphelios Thresh is so good against these melee champions and against Senna in general, and I think this is something that Fnatic need to reconsider, because I think today they got away with murder. They got away with murder. Jesus Christ. Thank you so much for watching, guys. This was my coverage of Origen versus Fnatic. What a goddamn series. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.